Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a full face of Milk makeup. So first we're going to start out with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I just have the mini bottle, super cute. And I'm just going to do one pump. I'm going to focus this mostly on my T-zone because that's where I get the most oily and where my makeup wipes off the most. Next, let's move on to foundation. So I'm going to be using the Flex foundation stick today. I have it in the shade Golden Nude. This is what the shade Golden Nude looks like. And I'm just going to swipe this stick across my face. And I'm just going to blend that out with a buffing brush. I feel like that just gave a light coverage, so I'm going to add another layer. And that brush made me a little streaky, so I'm just going to use a sponge to try and smooth that out. Okay, so the foundation's done. I would say it's probably about a medium coverage after I built it up. I forgot to pick up the concealer, so I won't be highlighting underneath my eyes today. But let's move on to contour and bronzing. So for the bronzer and contour product, I'm going to use the Baked Matte Bronzer. And again, I have this little mini, super cute. And I'm just going to use this to contour my cheeks and bronze up the face. So now let's move on to the cheeks. So I have two different products I can use today. I have the Glow Oil Lip and Cheek in the shade Glimmer and the Lip and Cheek stick in the shade Werk. This is what the Glow Oil looks like in the shade Glimmer. This is what the Lip and Cheek stick looks like in the shade Werk. I think I'm going to use the Lip and Cheek stick in the shade Werk today. I'm just going to apply this directly to the cheeks and then tap it out with my fingers. So blush is done, so now let's move on to the highlighter. I have the highlighter stick in the shade Blitzed, and I'm going to put this directly on top of my cheekbones as well. The highlighter in Blitzed is a little more subtle. It's like a goldish beige color. I want something that pops a bit more, so I'm going to use the Flex highlighter in the shade Lit. So I just opened up my highlighter that I bought from Sephora, and this is what it looks like. I'm not going to lift it too much more. I don't want it to spill out, but it's completely shattered. I will try and use this on my cheeks, but I'm gonna return this right away. So I'm just gonna place this on top of Blitzed. That's much more pigmented. Okay, got my cheeks done. Now let's move on to eyebrows. I have the gel brow stick in the shade Pilsner. Just a standard brow pencil that needs to be sharpened. It has the spoolie on one end, so I'm going to go ahead and comb out my brows. Okay, now let's fill in the brow. Now let's move on to eyeshadow. So for eyeshadow today, I have the Milk Makeup eye pigments. I have them in 3 different shades. I have them in the shades Silent Disco, After Party, and All Nighter. This is what the shade Silent Disco looks like. It's a deep brown, almost black looking color with some lighter brown sparkle in it. This is what the shade After Party looks like. It's like a pink with a silvery gold shift to it. And then there's All Nighter, which is like a charcoaly color with a blue silver shift to it. So I've never used these eye pigments before, so I'm not sure what the best way to apply them is. I'm gonna just try a flat shader brush, and I'm gonna go with the shade After Party, just because I think it would go more with the highlight that we have going on in the cheeks. Actually, I found this kind of like silicone tip brush that I'm going to try and use instead. And I'm just putting this directly onto the silicone brush. It's in these squeeze tubes, so it's a little bit difficult to apply. But let's see how this goes. Okay, to finish off that eye look, I'm going to go back into the Flex highlighter and try not to spill on myself. And I'm going to use the same silicone brush and see if it works out. And I'm just going to highlight my inner corners. Okay, that's the finished eye look, so now let's move on to our lips. So for lips, I have the color Wifey. It kind of looks like a dusty pink mauve. Okay guys, here's the finished look. It's very simple and glowy, but I love it. I think it's perfect for summertime. Overall, I really liked all the products I tried. The Flex foundation stick shows a little bit of my dry patches in the center of my brows, but it's nothing too bad. I liked the bronzer. It was easy to apply. I might try the deeper shade that they have, just because it kind of blended in too much on my forehead, kind of more to my skin tone. Let's see what else. The highlighter, I could live without the cream stick. I don't think it did much for me, but the Lit Flex highlighter is really pretty. Like you saw, the highlighter came damaged. So I'm going to return that and I will repurchase it from the Milk Makeup site. Lip and cheek was pretty. It was easy to blend. I like the brow pencil. Like I said in my last video, I'm actually getting my brows redone, microbladed. So I won't be needing any brow products anytime soon, hopefully, after today. But I liked it overall. I think it did its job. And I surprisingly like the eye pigments. They are eye pigments, so they're very pigmented. But the eye pigments went across the lid really easily. It doesn't look like there's any creasing going on. It wasn't patchy at all. And the lipstick, it seems pretty standard. Feels smooth. Color's pretty. It looks like it goes pretty well with this look, so I have no complaints there. It's just not an everyday color for me. I go more for the nude colors, but every video I do, I'm pretty sure I do more of like a pinky mauve, and I'm not quite sure why. That just is how it turns out when I buy things online, apparently. Oh, and the Hydro Grip Primer. This I've used before, and it is actually a really good primer. I just have so many of them, so I actually gave the full size to my best friend. But I went and bought the mini version just to try today in this video. But the primer works really well. It's good for hot summer days where my foundation kind of slips and slides. It sticks a little bit better. And for the longevity of these eye pigments, I let these dry on my hands and I just try to wipe them off with a towel and they're not budging, so that seems like a pretty good sign. I know these are on sale on the Milk website right now, so I'm not sure if they're being discontinued, but if they are, I would go ahead and try and snag some of these while I still could, because yeah, the longevity seems really nice on these. So that's all I have today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe and I'll see you next time. Bye.